This beach devours people. A seagull landed on the sand, but it seemed to get stuck by something and was quickly pulled under, vanishing into the ground. A woman hurried to warn her companion, but it was too late. Her friend had already stepped onto the sand. She tried to pull her foot out, but it was stuck. She struggled in pain as her body slowly sank into the sand. Her boyfriend rushed out of the car to save her, but after just a few steps, he tripped and fell. His entire body was glued to the sand. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't get up. It felt like something was pulling him down. Soon enough, he too was dragged away. One of the others tried to start the car to escape, but the headlights had been on all night, and the battery was dead. The car wouldn't start. Panic set in. The prankster, a chubby guy, woke up from the noise and tried to climb out of the oil drum he'd been hiding in. The group quickly told him to stop and explained what had happened. He didn't believe them at first, thinking it was just another prank, but their terrified expressions finally convinced him something was wrong. They wanted to call for help, but all the phones were locked in the trunk, and no one dared step out of the car to get them. Mary wanted to check if the sand near her side was safe. She reached out her hand to test it, and countless tentacles sprang out. Clearly, her side wasn't safe either. She threw out a sausage, and it was immediately devoured by the tentacles. She threw another one farther away, still eaten. Tommy threw one even farther, and this time the tentacles didn't react. That's how they figured out the monster's attack range. If they could escape that zone, they'd be safe. But the monster seemed attracted to meat, and everyone was barefoot. How could they cross that area safely? Then Jack remembered the surfboards. He tossed one onto the sand and carefully jumped on. It worked. He started placing the two boards alternately on the ground, walking across step by step. He made it quite far, but just as he was about to jump onto a bench to rest, one surfboard slipped back. He got stuck between the board and the bench, unable to move. As the board continued to slide back, his stomach got closer to the sand. Tentacles burst out, eagerly stabbing into Jack's body. The intense pain triggered a burst of strength. He jumped with all his might and made it to the bench, but the pain caused him to pass out. Their only hope now was to retrieve the phones from the trunk, but the back seats couldn't be folded down. Two girls in the car worked together. The curly-haired girl crawled to the rear and inserted the key to open the trunk. Suddenly, the monster under the sand punctured the tires. The car sank sharply, and the girl's fingers got stuck in the trunk. Just then, a Coast Patrol car arrived. The group screamed for help, telling the officer there was a monster in the sand, but the cop didn't believe them. He opened the door and stepped out. Strangely, the tentacles didn't attack him. It seemed as long as skin didn't touch the sand, you were safe. The cop told them to leave immediately, but Mary kept trying to explain. Irritated, the officer reached for his weapon in warning, but accidentally dropped his keys. When he bent down to pick them up, he was instantly grabbed by the tentacles. Regret came too late. He was swallowed whole. Now they were really screwed. Tommy suggested wrapping their feet to run for help. He asked the black girl to throw him a towel, but it accidentally hit a railing, breaking it. She fell onto the sand and was instantly dragged away. With no choice, Mary dismantled the watchtower railing and laid it across the sand like a narrow bridge. They moved the railings one by one and finally reached the bench. The black girl grabbed the towel, wrapped her feet, and ran to the nearby patrol car. But the monster, having fed so much, had grown stronger. It pierced the metal drum and instantly killed the chubby guy. The black girl found an inflatable lifeboat in the patrol car. She opened the valve, and it inflated. Everyone jumped on and made it to the car. Just then, a glowing giant